Yo, it's me. It's the SCOTT, and I'm back with you to talk about the 2010 movie, Predators, starring Adrian Brody, Alice Braga, Topher Grace, Walton Goggins, Lawrence Fishburne, and Danny Trejo. And it follows a group of people who find themselves have been parachuted onto a strange planet, which they later find out isn't Earth, and are hunted down one by one by the Predators, which there are 4 in this film, 3 of which are the ones hunting them. And I've heard people say that this is like a soft reboot of the franchise, as it's very familiar. They even have some of the same lines, like "Come on, kill me," and so on. There's like 3 different lines here, like "Come on, kill me," and "What the hell are you?" Something like that. Just different in this one, but yeah, but it's actually is a sequel, as they do mention the first film. Alice Braga's character mentions about the incident of the first film, about the survivor of that film, which would have been Dutch or Arnold, you know. But yeah, but this, it's not a bad film. I actually quite enjoy it. It's alright. But they have a twist in this that just, poor Topher Grace. Just poor Topher Grace. That's 2 times in movies that he's kind of failed as a character. There's Venom, and there's his character in this. Now the film starts without any kind of explanation, just as Adrian Brody parachuting down, and then he comes face to face with Danny Trejo. I think it's Danny Trejo. No, it's a different character, whatever. Well, Mahershala Ali's in this too, but I think it's Danny Trejo. And someone just like falls in between him and dead because his parachute didn't open, and then they meet. They're like, one after another, they meet each other. And I guess they just decide to be a group led by Adrian Brody's character, Royce, whose name isn't revealed until the end of the film. I don't know. And we have 3 different Predators in this. There's 4 technically. There's the classic looking Predator portrayed by Derek Mears, and then there's 3 other ones whose names I don't know because they're only mentioned in the credits. But Derek Mears plays one of the Predators. No Kevin Peter Hall this time. If he's still alive, I don't know. So it's really weird because we have these certain amount of characters that are with, and then it's like, oh, we gotta kill off these characters so we can introduce another character. Because they kill off Danny Trejo. Because there's this thing where there's these dogs come in, Predator dogs come in, and they like go after them, and then Danny Trejo disappears. And they hear him yelling for help, but Royce figures out it's a trap, so they shoot him. But he was already dead because the Predator's copying his voice, which doesn't work that way. We've seen in the past 2 films that the Predator can't copy a voice exactly. It comes out monstrified when it reiterates the voice. It doesn't come out. I mean, you have Billy's laugh from the first one, but it's still a little monstrified. It's not a pure laugh. You know what I mean? And so they kill off Danny Trejo, and they kill off Mahershala Ali, and then we're introduced to the character played by Larry Fishburne. And then they kill off Hanzo, who well, no, that's later, because it's down to the 4 remaining characters of this film and Larry Fishburne. But then Larry Fishburne turns out he's not a very good person, and he's going to poison them for some reason. But then they bring in the Predator, is lured to their voices, kills Larry Fishburne by using that scope thing. I'll call him back. And it hits him and he explodes. And Larry Fishburne's dead. And yes, I call him Larry Fishburne because that's what he was known at in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and that's what I'm going to call it. Larry Fishburne, alright? Larry is short for Lawrence anyway, so Larry Fishburne. And so Larry Fishburne explodes, And then the Predator opens the door, but it's not right there when they go through the door. He's gone. Why? Plot contrivance. I don't know. They need to get out. And so Hanzo tells the other three to go, and he's going to fight the Predator. Now, if you're sitting here watching this and you've seen the other two, I forgot about Billy from the first film, where he was ready to fight with his machete, and then it cut to him just being, you hear him being killed, you don't see it. And then you got Willie, which is kind of weird that they have almost the same names. In the second film, where you just have that cut with his head, here you have Hanzo pull out his katana, ready to fight, and you think, okay, it's gonna cut, we're not gonna get, no, we actually get a fucking fight with a katana and the Predator fighting, and it's a pretty kick-ass fight, but Hanzo dies, of course, but it's one of those shots where it looks like he killed the Predator by cutting off his head, but of course, Hanzo dies too, because it's one of those samurai shots, you know, from those samurai movies where you do the cut, like, he did it, but then he dies too, it's coming from wounds and stuff. It's a pretty cool shot. So it's down to the last three, and so Alice Braga and Topher Grace, they get kidnapped, they fall into a pit. Royce decides he's out of here. He's going to get the alien ship. And he doesn't know that they fell down into a pit or anything. That he's going to go get the ship to get out of there. And he goes face to face with the Predator. Now, this twist they sort of foreshadowed earlier in the film, when there's this plant that Topher Grace, who's supposed to be a doctor, tells them it's very poisonous, and he kind of shows his blade on it with the when he's inspecting it. So it kind of foreshadows. You see something like that, and you think that's got to come into play at some point, because it is revealed in a twist that even though we're being hunted by fucking predators, we gotta have a human villain, which has never made sense to me in movies like this. Like, aliens, right? You got these aliens that are out there killing people, and you make Burke a human villain. Why? But then they go Alien 3, where there's an alien on there hunting them, and we're supposed to side with a bunch of criminals, murderers, and rapists. But, Topher Grace is actually a serial killer, and he kind of scrapes her with that blade that, for some reason, even though it's dried, the poison still works. I don't know how that would work, but if it's dried, does it still work? I guess, because she gets paralyzed, and then when, because what Royce does is Royce goes back to the camp, and he talks to the classic Predator and form an alliance. The last remaining Predator, evil Predator, shows up and has a fight with the classic Predator, but the classic Predator has started up the ship so they can get off the planet. Well, evil Predator goes beep boop, pff, blows up anyway, and you're made to think that Royce is on there, but nope. As he says, I missed my ride. And then he kills Topher Grace because he figures out the truth. And then he has this fight with the last remaining Predator. And we're echoed with the lines from the original film said by Arnold. Come on, kill me! Come on, do it! But it's different, as he just sets the place on fire and says, come on, kill me! Come on, do it! Do it! Come on, kill me! Do it now! I'm just like, okay, when Arnold did that, it was to lure him into a trap. You just set fire to the campsite, and I'm now telling this guy to kill you. What if he did a Larry Fishburne and just beep, pff, and you're exploded into a million pieces like Larry Fishburne? Duh. What? Don't be fucking stupid, man. Come on, kill me. Oh, okay. Beep, pff. That, it makes no sense. But he kills this last Predator, and then he finally tells Alice Braga his name, which is Royce, and we're left with this ominous music and more people parachuting down, which means that even though he killed off all the predators in this film, there are more. Now, I find this as a sort of bad ending to the film. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, at the end of the first film, they kill the Predator and like, okay, that's it. They did it. He survived. Arnold did it. Arnold survived. He killed the Predator. It's over. The Predator in the second film is killed as well, and you show there's more, but they take off, which means they view us as, they lost and they're taking off. They're gone. But here, one, you know that when the ship was blown up, they're not getting off that planet. So even if they didn't show more coming down, they're fucked. They're stuck on the island, on this planet, which they know is not Earth, because Royce talks about how the sun is acting different, and then there's like different planets in the view, which really wouldn't happen, I don't think, because of gravity. But yeah, and then you just happen to show more people parachuting down, which means not only are you fucked because there's no way off the planet, there's got to be more predators on this planet somewhere. So, sorry. At least in the first two, there was a sense of victory. Even though there was more predators in the second one, they flew away, so there was victory, Mike, Harrigan, he survived. He did this. Here, we survived, but now we're fucked because there's more people coming down, which means there's more predators somewhere. At least the predators that dropped them, and maybe they have a automatic thing, I don't know. And the one thing that ties all these people together is that they're not very good people. But then we never find out about Royce and Alice Braga, what they really, did. And my thought is that maybe Alice Braga, depending on her age, which age doesn't really matter in actors anyway, could she be related to the woman from the first film? Now, in 2010, if she was... Okay, now, I don't know how old Alice Braga is, but it doesn't really matter sometimes with actors. So, 1987 is when the first film takes place. If Arnold and the woman from the first film were to, get together, I'd say 88 or 89 is when the next could be born. So, 2010, that's 19 years. 20 years. I don't think she's that young. So maybe not. Or maybe it was her sister. Or an auntie. Or something. A relative. Related, Cousin. You don't know. Who knows? But we'll never know, because they decided to scrap a sequel of this, which they were working on. One thing that confused me when it started, Robert Rodriguez is a producer on this. So it started with that Troublemaker Studios logo. And I was like, what is this, Spy Kids? Then you see Danny Trejo. I'm like, holy shit, it is Spy Kids. Come on, Machete! But no. It's not Spy Kids. Although I would love for a couple of the parachuters to come down, and it's Carmen and Junie, and they land and they're like, oh great, now what? Just like, oh, the Spy Kids are in Predators. Okay. That'd be cool. Hey, have you seen our uncle? Oh. Angry old Mexican man? Yeah, that's him. Oh, we got something to tell you. I don't know. It'll be funny. But yeah, this movie was alright. I'm going to give it a 7. It was decent. Not as good as the first two. Still pretty good. Yes, I like Predator 2 more than this. So sue me. But yeah, still pretty good. So what are your thoughts on Predators? Let me know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.